Well, hi everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Monday morning. It is a somewhat breezy and mild start to our day out there with a couple of passing clouds. We'll see mostly sunny skies though for today across the area. Not a ton of cloud cover out there. Winds will be strong again out of the south. You see everybody seeing some of those strong southerly winds across much of the area with a noticeable frontal boundary kind of situated up here in the northwest part of the state right there. So pretty quiet morning across the area for the most part here. Let's take a look at how things will play out as we head through the day today here. So the wind's going to be strong throughout the day today. Well, actually, let me go back real quick. I already showed you today. Let's look at tonight though. Things will start to change tonight. Now kind of behind my picture right here, there's a little shower cap popping up here in eastern Colorado, northwest Kansas. But we could start to see some evening showers and thunderstorms, even some severe weather, and then later in the night, not much of a severe weather threat, but then we'll even spread those eastward. We'll get a slight chance of rain and thunderstorms after midnight here in central Nebraska. The winds will remain breezy overnight. Those south winds will still be up there, up around 15 to 20 miles per hour out of the south. Notice though, again, kind of starting to see a few changes. Frontal boundary right up here to the northwest still. As we get into tomorrow, it's still going to be a warm, breezy day, but with the extra clouds around tomorrow, that may hold temperatures down a little bit. Tomorrow, a big part of tomorrow is how much sunshine do we get, because a strong system is going to move out of the Rockies and interact with our area here, interact with this warm, somewhat moist atmosphere, at least by October standards. Dew points will be up in the 60s, which again in October is not that usual, really. But again, you have those strong southerly winds. Now we'll have that frontal boundary, which is now moving into northwest Nebraska right there. That front's going to be making its way eastward. Now, probably non-severe storms in the morning, but as we get into the afternoon hours, we're going to see thunderstorms fire up big time across the area here. Potential for some heavier rainfall in some spots. Now look at the winds also, by the way. Look at these winds right here in eastern Nebraska. Those winds are going to be pretty strong. We'll probably see some gusts over 40 miles per hour in here. Our frontal boundary, that's now by 3 p.m., has now pushed to about right here. And it will continue its eastward progress. So heavy rainfall. Severe weather is certainly going to be a possibility in the afternoon hours as well. Let's take it to 6 p.m. now. As we get into the supper time frame, we're still talking about rain and thunderstorms here. That cold front's now basically situated about right there. And it's pushing east. And out ahead of it, there could be some showers and storms, and any individual storms will be very interesting because that could have the potential for some rotation, big hail, maybe an isolated tornado. But a line of storms would be probably the bigger threat with these storms as they push eastward. We'll push this eastward through the evening hours. Here's 9 p.m. And again, you can still see where our cold front hasn't moved too much farther east. It's now situated kind of right in here. You can pretty much tell where it is by looking at the front, or looking at the storms. Behind that now, skies are still starting to clear up in western and parts of central Nebraska, even here in the Tri-Cities. We should be at the storms done with the storms by 9 or 10 o'clock. Some of these may linger through about midnight or so, far southeastern areas. Maybe even a little bit after midnight here. The rest of us, the skies will be clearing up, at least partly cloudy, and more of a northwest wind to bring in some cooler air on the backside of that system. Well, all right, let's go look at the severe weather threat for the next couple of days. This is from the Storm Prediction Center. They have a marginal risk out, so that's a lower end threat for western portions of Nebraska for this evening. Large hail, severe wind gusts will be your biggest threat. I don't think we'll see a ton of severe weather, but certainly a possibility, mainly between about 5 p.m. and midnight. But tomorrow, a bigger threat. This is more of a slight risk of severe weather. So that's a level 2 out of 5 risk of severe storms, with the chunk of the viewing area right in here, the heart of the viewing area included in this threat of severe weather. Now, I certainly think there is the potential that this could be bumped up to an enhanced risk with a future outlook that comes out. We have one that comes out at 12:30 today, and then the next ones will come out after midnight tonight, and then again tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. So with the newest updates that come out, one of these potentially could get upgraded to an enhanced risk of severe weather. A lot of that may depend on, though, if we get enough sunshine tomorrow. The more sunshine we get, that could help destabilize the atmosphere even more. But I think we certainly have to watch that severe weather threat. Biggest threats. Big time hail. We're talking about hail that could exceed 2 inches in diameter with the strongest storms. There is enough of a threat of an isolated tornado to at least mention it here. It's not a great chance, but can't be ruled out with a little bit of rotation, a little bit of shear in the atmosphere. But I think one of the other big threats could be severe wind gusts, as everything eventually will become linear. Severe wind gusts over 60 miles per hour will certainly be possible. So we're going to have to be on our guard already, I'd say anytime afternoon. Anytime afternoon through the afternoon and evening hours. We'll have to watch that severe weather threat very close. I'll have a new update on that coming up tomorrow morning to kind of talk about the latest with that threat. Well, today, upper 80s and low 90s, one last day of heat. This is probably the last time that a lot of us will be touching 90 degrees in 2023, for those that do get there. After today, it's not in the forecast anytime soon. Now, tonight, we're still mild in the 60s, cooler 50s out west, as we're still in the warm sector. Even tomorrow, as most of us won't see the front come through until later in the day or the evening hours, most of us will still be warming up, but with the clouds around, that is going to keep us down a little bit. So we're talking upper 70s to near 80 degrees, maybe some low 80s. It could get warmer if there's enough sunshine, but as you go farther and farther west, more clouds, getting behind the cold front, 70s, even some 60s in northwest Nebraska. Tomorrow night, we're all behind the cold front. Now we're chillier. 40s and 50s for overnight lows as that chillier air works its way in. And we'll see a cooler day on Wednesday with highs in the mid to upper 60s and low to mid 70s, which our average high on October 4th is about 72 degrees. So we're actually going to be pretty close to average on Wednesday. What's happening beyond that? Well, we get a second cold front that's going to come through later in the week. We'll talk about that in just a bit. So you see it very warm and windy today, still windy tomorrow, but cooler with the extra clouds around, the showers and storms already tomorrow morning, but the best chance will come tomorrow afternoon, including the threat of severe storms, and then that will wind down through the evening hours. A few clouds still left over on Wednesday, a breezy and cooler day, but still mild for this time of the year. Thursday, breezy around 70 again with more sunshine, and then here comes the second cold front as we get into Thursday night and Friday here. So we're down to the low 40s there and a high only in the mid 50s. Now I have a few extra clouds around. I did not include a chance of rain for Friday for now. We'll keep an eye on that. There's the potential maybe, but it's such a low chance right now. I'm just not going to include it yet here. But then look at this right here. Friday night into Saturday morning could be the first frost of the season. Saturday morning as we get down into the low to mid 30s. And maybe some sub-freezing temperatures off to the northwest of the Tri-Cities. This is also Harvest of Harmony Parade in downtown Grand Island Saturday morning. Bundle up. It's going to be a chilly morning out there, but the sun will come out, warm us up to the lower 60s by the afternoon, back down to the upper 30s Saturday night. Sunday, low 70s as we start to warm things back up Sunday into next week. We're back above average, in fact, by next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with highs in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. So we'll be warming back up, but we do get this end of the week cool down. Some of the chilliest air of the season so far, Friday into Saturday morning. All right, that's all I have for you for today. I want to thank you all for watching. I will see you all again on Tuesday with all the latest on that severe weather threat. Until then, have a good day. Bye.